I've been saying for a while now that I was going to make a video about how to set up or get the best out of your hookah. First thing we're going to start off is with heat preparation, right? With coals. A lot of people are using those instant coals. I don't even have any to show you what they look like, but it's the ones that you use the lightest to start them up. If you got to use those ones because you're like somewhere out on the beach or something, I understand, but that's not something that you should be using long term. One, they're not good for you. Because all that stuff that's keeping it like, that makes it like an instant light, you're breathing all that bullshit in. And it's going to offset the taste of the hookah. Don't use those. Ones that I would suggest you use is the coconut shell charcoals, like coconut, like these ones here. These are really popular. They've been around the longest. The ones I like to use are these ones here, which are called the yayas. They're like almost half the price of these ones. They both have like a kilo of charcoal in it. It's pretty much the same. Except these not only burn longer, they also, all the ash stick together. So there's less ashing. And I'll explain to you later what I mean by less ashing. So I would suggest these two. But if you can't find this one, then buy this one or buy anything similar like it. But stay away from the instant light. So next thing, go to Amazon, go to eBay, buy something like this, right? Buy one of these little stovetop heaters. They're like $10, $11, $12. It's worth it. Because you might have like a gas burner. You're not going to be able to do it on this. I mean, you can, but you're going to have to sit it on there, right? Plus, it's going to take a long fucking time. So don't use this. Buy one of these. You'll know that it's ready because your charcoal will look like this on all sides. So when I blow on it, see how it's red everywhere? It's not gray or black anywhere. Like this. That's how you know it's ready. So we're going to get to the next step. Next thing is your hookah, right? Whatever you're using. So your base, the bowl, you want to wash it, and you want to wash it with really, really cold water. There's no point in washing it with hot water and then putting cold water inside. At least if you're going to wash it with hot water, you're going to use soap, right? Soap is okay, and you're going to use these baby brushes to clean all the inside because mold does grow in here. Especially for you guys, you're going to use milk to make the smoke thicker, or juices and wine and stuff like that. All that stuff is going to grow bacteria in here if you let that stuff sit here. Every time you use it, you should be washing these things. So you're going to wash it with cold water. Now, if you can, I'd suggest you use bottled water or some type of filtered water, or if your tap water is filtered, use that. You want cleaner water. So what I'm going to do is go to my fridge. I'm going to fill this up to here with cold filtered water, and then the rest I'm going to put ice. To give you an idea where we're going to put water, right? All hookahs are pretty much different, but it's always the same rule. You want the water to go about 1 inch or 1.5 inches from the bottom. So like right around here. You want to fill up your water right around here to right around here. No more than that, no less than that, and I'll explain why after we fill up the water. So since I like a lot of smoke, I usually put 3 or 4 pieces of coal. I get my hookah really hot, so I need ice. So it's not burning my throat. I know you guys like to go to fucking Nara and all these other places, and you're like, damn, shit's burning my throat. That's why. So if you see after I screw this on, I know you can't really see because the ice, but it's about 1 inch from the bottom. So next thing, guys, there's different bowls, right? This is an okay bowl. I wouldn't suggest to use it. As you can see, like, you see how the paint or whatever they use to coat it with comes off. I wouldn't suggest to use it just because you're breathing that stuff. It's going somewhere. You know what I mean? It's wear and tear on this. I wouldn't do it. These ones are pretty decent. I like these ones. Evan. Especially because what I do is I use this for heat management. And then I put the coals, and then when it's too hot, I can move these around. I can lift this up, knock the ash off, and put it back. The only thing, though, it doesn't sit well with my cap, right? For my coals. So I use this glass bowl because it has a vortex. So the next thing we'll get into is packing. The vortex helps because basically it's the air is circulating. It's helping circulate and getting under and over everything. So that it's better heat management. The heat's evenly distributed. The tobacco is burning evenly, because what you're supposed to be doing is getting the molasses that's in the tobacco up to a certain temperature. I think it's like 160 or 170 degrees. So next one, right, is your tobacco. I love, absolutely love watermelon chill. It's my favorite. The rest is all trash. Trash, trash, trash. So next thing is packing your bowl, right?
I just came out.
Place your bowl here. Grab some of the ones you just cut up. It's just a sprinkle like this. It's gonna be hard for me to do it with one hand, but you're not packing it. If you see sticks and stems, the same way as like all you potheads, right? You guys take out all the sticks and the stems and the seeds and all that shit. Same idea. Leave all that stuff out. You're not smoking that. That's just gonna burn. So if you see that in there, take it out. But you're packing it lightly.
You don't pack it because you gotta make sure the air goes through the molasses.
Oh, here comes Jesus telling me how to be a Christian.
You gotta make sure you don't pack it so the air can go through the shisha. Get the fuck out.
Right? So you do one layer. And what I'll do is the other ones that I didn't cut, it's gonna go on my top layer. Give me a second, I can clean this up a little bit. It should look something like this. I don't have any of the if you're using this kind of bowl where you have a hole in the middle, try not to cover it because all that stuff's just gonna do is fall down and go inside your bowl. If you have a bowl like this, same idea. You kind of want the air to go through. You don't want to clog these holes. That's why you don't stuff it. Then you'll get it up to this level here. You don't want it to pass the bowl. So you see how I'm going like this? If it's going higher than the bowl, that means when you put down the aluminum foil, whatever you're using, it's going to touch and it's going to burn. You don't necessarily want it to go higher than that. And then what I'll do at the end, I'll still kind of fluff this up a little bit. Everything should be like, all the air should be breathing right through this. You know what I mean? So if you put too much, it's okay. Take some out and save some for next time. The biggest problem that people have is packing their bowl. They're stuffing their bowl. They're just grabbing clumps and throwing it in there. That's the problem. That's why it's hard for you to breathe. It's hard for you to pause, suck on that on the hose and all that other stuff. This is the problem you guys are having. So you got to make sure this is not clumped down. The next thing is what you're using to cover this to put the coal over. Are you using something like this or using aluminum foil? I use aluminum foil and that's okay. I'm going to grab some aluminum foil. So you're just going to grab aluminum foil. So I'm using the cheap Dollar Tree kind. I have the good one somewhere, but it doesn't matter, right? All that means is that since you don't have the heavy duty one, you're just folding this twice. The shiny side is going to go down. So basically this shiny side is going to face towards the... Now this is how you're going to put this on. Let me see if I can hold the phone here. I don't know if you guys can see it. You can grab this, put it over like that, nice and tight. You're going to press down, nice and tight, and just go around the sides. You don't want any air coming out of anywhere. So you're going to press here, and you'll twist it at the end. You want this to be nice and tight, nice and tight. So I'll keep twisting, but keeping everything nice and tight. And then now you're going to put holes in here, and you don't want to put a lot of holes. Probably about 15 holes. You can grab a toothpick. I usually use something else that's smaller. I can't fucking find it, so I'm going to use a toothpick. Looks something like this. Not too many. I know I did more than 15 this time, but just more of the bigger ones. It shouldn't be more than this. Just about that. The only reason I don't do too much holes is because I'm using a toothpick and it makes these bigger holes if you go too deep. You're just piercing it. That's it. Just like this. You kind of want holes like this size. It's just to get that warm air in here, to heat up the molasses so you can have a good smoke. Now I'm going to grab these coals. These have been on for too long, so it's not going to get hot enough because they've been cooking this whole time I've been talking. But that's okay. I got a fourth one cooking. Make sure everything's tight. This is on nice and tight. The hose, everything. There shouldn't be air coming out of anywhere. So everything's got to be nice and tight. Nice and tight. Really, really, really tight. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. I'm going to wait at least 1 minute. We got to get nice and hot. So go over this quick. There's different mouthpieces. There's these. Obviously, you have these ones like the Cobra heads. We have these ones, right? I know some people like this, like that. Don't necessarily go by like. Look by what's going to fit in your hose better and keep everything nice and tight. If both of these will go by, get fit in there real tight, then go ahead and go with the one you like. But if this one doesn't sit right, but you like how it looks, don't use it. Everything's got to be nice and tight. Air should only be coming in through this. Get it to the right temperature. Then you pull. So let's do a pull.
Yo, this nigga Ricky.
If you guys are gonna put cook 4, you want to heat it up. When it gets hot enough, take it out and use 3, and then have these on the outer edges of your bowl, not in the center. Because remember, this is where all that air is going down that tube on this bowl. You got to know what bowl you're using. Mine has a hole right in the middle, so I don't put heat right here, because then I'll feel it in my throat. It'll get harsh. Your shit's getting harsh, it's because it's too hot. If it's not hot enough, then you buy one of these for $5 and you cover it.
I have them.